What book have you ever read and loved that just petered out in the last 100 pages? Or was there ever a film that you adored that didn't keep you guessing until the closing credits? Treat this week like that. Don't search for the answers. Sit and let them find you. This is the energy update for May 25 to 31. Once in a blue moon, Sagittarius full moon, we have the full moon breathwork in the free side of the community, Sagittarius inspired. I put maybe 3 breathworks into this collection every month in the free side of the community. So if you want to breathe with this energy, if you are really resonating with what's happening, or you're on the flip side of them and you want to release what's coming up, do these breathworks. We talk about the energy here, and the breathwork in the free community is how we move with it. There's also a vision challenge in the paid side. Stick around if you want to know more about that. Let's get into the update first of all, and we can do a little chat afterwards. But this last week of May deserves us getting right into things. Now, this update is called Disco Bambi Finds the Blue Moon. You want action, mishaps, and curveballs. You do it for the plot. Unlike other weeks or months, May has delivered you a perfect way to tie up what was an imperfect story, and it's called a blue moon. The opening side of this month had us all howling at the Scorpio full moon. And like Disco Bambi, we have had some level of rebirth this month. And that rebirth, that transition, has let us come a little closer to our legendary status and our comeback. But like all legends, we have had quite the hero's journey. And it's been very old school, and frankly, this month has been kind of ugly in parts. But that's because you have been willing to go deep, to really change and to create a better life for you and for those that really matter to you. That's a sort of bravery that only comes to those that are healed or are healing. Because transformation is not possible for those that have bypassed. If you haven't done the work, if you haven't gone through the messy fire, all those parts are serious, tender, and deeply personal. If you can keep your wits about you this week and a good sense of humour, you'll find that things feel less like a psychological thriller and more like a good 80s classic film. There'll be a little loss, but so much growth and so much gain and some really fun people to do it with. You know the saying, once in a blue moon? That is literally this month. When there is a second full moon in a calendar month, it is referred to as a blue moon. They happen probably about every 2.5 years, so every 2 or 3 years. You'll have a few in your lifetime, but they are still rare enough to be considered both special and lucky. So if you were ever going to bet on yourself, this is the moment. Blue moons, in their nature, in the thing that they hold, they want to build enough belief in yourself or in the project that you're working on that you start to take a risk, that you take a once in a blue moon risk. And really, how true does that actually feel for this month? I think some of us might already have taken that once in a blue moon risk, seen it paid off, but maybe you're sort of limping around because it took a little bit more than you realized. We jumped a little bit ahead of the blue moon. But those who stayed the course, this is the moment. And it does feel true, right? Like it does feel real. I do believe in this once in a blue moon energy, even though Mondays have been manic and horrible and hard. Let me explain why. You are still here. You are still listening to these updates. You are still searching for the meanings. You have not given up. You never turned back. You kept going. Whatever your hard thing was over the last 3 years, you did it. Whether you are sitting there deeming whatever the hard thing was as a failure, you still did it. And to everyone else and everyone that matters, you are a success because you took the risk. And there have been plenty of legitimate reasons to stop. And no one would have blamed you if you chose not to start over or if you needed to go back. It's so important in this moment to remember that tests aren't for anyone but yourself. To see what you need, to hone your vision, and to understand if you really are ready. You have to have a nervous system that can hold you through something you've never done before. I wish that I could say the tests stop now and that we spend the whole of this week dancing our way into the blue moon on Sunday. But that isn't quite how it unfolds. This week has twisty tales and problems to solve. Big dreams can't come in to small spaces, and these little tests are asking you to prove one final time that you were always born ready. You could be at your lowest point, but if you still believe in yourself just a tiny bit, in the most pure way, think of Disco Bambi here, then a path will unfold the moment you are strong enough to take it. We couldn't have asked for a better sign for this full moon than Sagittarius. Sagittarius is our most optimistic, our most adventurous, and our most favorable sign. This means that this once in a blue moon, rare kind of luck will unfold with magic coded into it. This is wildly and distinctly different to the energy that we have been working with this year. And even the first half of the week doesn't feel particularly coded by magic. Lately, we have been heavily influenced by Saturn in the early degrees of Aries. This is a full reset for your systems and very much an expectation for you to rely on your own resources. And the Taurus energy of late has made us digging a little deeper into being more self-resourced kind of fun. It's felt less confronting and more enjoyable. Now, we have proven ourselves and Saturn that we can build new systems and do hard things without creating a ton of stress in the back end. You have worked so hard to drop that over-analyzing, the fixing, the controlling. This is the moon and really the first moment of 2026 where you are able to sit back and ask for completion to happen. To ask for that lady luck, that perfect timing, that right information. But you must trust. So even this moment that's coded with magic is still asking a little bit from you. You have to trust. To trust that whatever it is that you have thought in your vision that you are creating, the universe can co-create better with you than you creating alone. All you need to do, hold your hands up, sit back, and let it unfold. Easier said than done. By the weekend, use the highs and the lows of the week to inform you on how far you've come. The last new moon in Sagittarius was on December 19, the same 7 days that we first met Disco Bambi. So how has this 6 months been for your inner Bambi, for that part of you that is coming up anew, that has been born from your difficulties and is actually something you're quite proud of? How is this shaping your vision and in turn your path? Are you thinking of new ways of taking on a career? Are you thinking of new ways of making money? Are you thinking of whole new friendship groups? Are you thinking about just being a kinder version of yourself? This is a month where change was and still is completely possible. Your timelines right now are not fixed. I hope you can feel that. The full moon in Sagittarius wants you to pick your highest timeline. And if it's been a challenge getting there, yet you are still on the path, it's time to cross that portal. And hurry up. We can't wait to see you on the other side. So before we do the days, I just want to remind you again that we have the Sagittarius full moon breathwork in the free side of the community. We have the Gemini season breathwork in the free side of the community. And we are still going through our vision challenge. So if you're ready to really feel these energies that we're talking about and work with them and create and step towards something that feels truer to who you are inside, come on in. Well, can't wait to see you. And I want to say this about timelines as well. The timelines are all over the place right now. And it's your job to keep picking the highest one for you and for the good of all. I have literally watched emails disappear and never reappear again, which I always think is one of the signs that we've crossed a timeline. I've also seen it with physical letters. I've seen it with things I've been writing. Just disappeared. I've just glitched into another timeline. And I keep asking over and over again to be in the highest timeline and to bring as many people as possible. Your good doesn't take away from anyone else. And if anyone makes you feel like it does, then they're not meant to be in this timeline with you. Your highest good is great for all. When one rises, we all rise. The light in me sees the light in you. Gemini season does get us brighter by accepting our shadow, but that doesn't mean accepting anything less from yourself or from those around you. I want to just spend a couple of moments to talk about 2 of the days this week. Monday, May the 25th, is a little combustible. I love the lunar nodes, but when they come up in a square, it can be a bit confronting. And when we have 2 squares, the second one is Mars squaring Pluto retrograde. You need to be with the right people Monday, the 25th, which happens to be Memorial Day here in the States. So you're likely to be out and socializing. So I just want to give you a heads up to really only let the things that really matter get under your skin. If it's not really worth fighting about and you're not going to care next week, don't activate your voice. Don't waste your energy. Make sure that this is a day where you protect your energy. This is like the 3rd Monday of the month where we've had energy like this. So it's not coming as a surprise, but it is annoying in a moment where we have where we just want to focus on the good. We want to focus on that rare blue moon. But the reality is, the more we get to see both sides of the coin, the dark and the light, the dark and the dark, the more that blue moon gets to really shape. It's not just a gentle Disney wish. Like, you go old school Disney, you get to really see what integrity and meaning can transform in your life. And it is lots of big words like that. And it is a little, Joseph Campbell, hero's journey. It's kind of a lot, but I want to say, while it is kind of a lot, keep that sense of humor, keep your wits about you. You don't need to take it so seriously. Even if it is quite serious, you don't necessarily need to take it seriously on Monday. If it's something that really upsets you and it does need to be sorted out, let a few days pass and then sort it out then. And just know that Tuesday does give you a sweet kiss. While it isn't necessarily easy energy because it's asking you to be seen, it is a little more gracious than Monday. So whatever Monday throws at you, it's okay, because things do get better as the week goes on. And of course, I just want to spend a moment before I leave you for the week to just talk about that full moon. We've worked really, really, really hard this year to get to this full moon, and you've really worked hard for the last year and a half. Please take a little bit of time to think about the new moon in December and what you have taken to completion on this full moon, and use that to plant a little bit of scaffolding on what you are yet to achieve this year and what you do want to achieve, what you want to see, and what would make you feel proud in you. I've been saying this for a little while now on the podcast and in these energy updates. How I manage my anxiety is to stop over-analyzing, fixing, controlling, all these things you hear me talk about, all the things I talk about to myself. Planning as a way of managing my anxiety. Planning as a way of handling a dysregulated nervous system. This moon is about how good it can get. Take some time conflating your dreams and your vision, and then make a plan to get there. You will have had moments over the last 2 weeks where you have had clarity, moments of genius and eureka, and that's what you take into this moon. What have I completed? And what feels right for the rest of the year? The wobbly lows are actually great because they let you plan for the big, and they've shown you where you might wobble again. It's great to know our strengths, but it's vital to know our weaknesses. Thank you so much for being part of this podcast. Please comment. Please tell me exactly what you're thinking and be around. I love hearing from you. And join the community if you want to try breathwork. I love, love, love doing this, and I can't wait to see you in June.